Alaikum. This is your teacher, Muhammad Hassan Baig, and in this class, I will be discussing you how you can take input in Python. That is very important thing, and everyone should understand it, right? So I am making a program that takes input, a name from user, all right? So okay, by the way, this is a comment. What does it mean by comment? In programming language, you can write whatever you want and that will not execute. Means that will not understand, that will not read by the interpreter, or you can say a translator. So if that thing is not read by the interpreter, that means that is known as a comment, and you can use it in programming. And I highly recommend you to use it because it helps you, other programmer or other person, to understand your code, right? And whenever you are taking exam, let's say GCE, IGCSE, or any competitive exam as well, so you should write comments wherever necessary because your teacher, examiner, or evaluator, or maybe the client, or maybe other programmer can easily understand what you are doing in your program, right? So it's a good habit, and I guess and I highly recommend you should need to develop it, right? So in Python, you can take a single line comment using hash, uh, and we can also use multiple line comments. But technically, in Python, we are not having any particular syntax. Yeah, people use it with triple quotations or something like that. But we will discuss later in our further lectures. But for now, you can take input with hash, right? Okay. So I'm making a program, right? Which takes input from the user, takes name input from a user, right? For that, I'm having a variable which is name equals to, okay, for taking input, I am using a function which is input. Actually, what is function? Basically, function is a particular type of code in which you can do your task easily. What does it mean? Means is that you don't need to write a line of code. Instead, you can use a particular function. You can use a particular function, and and that function has all those lines of code. That means you can easily use that function without writing a number of lines of code. I'm repeating again. Function is a particular type of code which has the number of lines of code, right? So you don't need to write functions, you don't need to write those lines of code. You can just easily call it and use it. And if you have any question related to it, wait our further lectures. We will discuss functions methods in our further classes. But these classes are just for the practical purpose, right? So I am just saying a function, and moreover, you can define your function as well. And I'll be teaching you making a function in our later classes on some kind of advanced classes as well. You can consider, right? So input, I'm using a parenthesis, and here I am writing enter your name. Basically, this thing will display on your screen. Okay. So, okay, I take the name. This program, what this will do, this is a variable. Whatever the name user is entering, and that name is going to be saved in this variable, right? Variable is a data container. We have discussed it. Temporary data container, right? Okay. So now, what I'm using print command to display the name, whatever the user entered, right? Print name. Uh, my bad. Hmm. So I'm trying to run it. Okay. Okay. Acha ji, there is a problem. I need to make it a more beautiful kind of approach. So just stopping it, and then I'm using a colon to add a beauty in our code. Beauty comes first. Okay, so The name is my name, kind of bit marketing or promotions. It's Sir Hassan Baig. Okay. Right. Uh, Sir Hassan Baig. So, what this programmer has done? Okay, we had take the name input and this thing is displayed on the screen. Okay, taking a bit more advanced, or you can we had done concatenation kind of work. So I'm using that as well. In this, I'm just welcoming with hello. It's hello. Uh, uh, hello plus name. Mm, For that, we need to use concatenation. You need to add a plus for concatenation. So writing the name Hassan. Hello, Hassan. Wonderful. So my program welcomed me. You can make your program that will welcome you or anything, anyone else, right? So this is the program you can make it in the same way. You can ask mm, multiple kind of thing. No, you can make a program for age or any kind of thing. I'm not going into that detail because that will make our video, the lecture makes very lengthy. So I'm just teaching you one more interesting thing, if you don't mind. Mm. So I am asking, adding a method that is, you say, okay, first we'll make it, then you can understand. What I have done. I'm just putting a dot over here in my IDE in my PyCharm, and there PyCharm suggests me multiple methods. What are methods? We will discuss it later. But for now, you can easily understand method is basically associated with our objects. Object is what? There are multiple definitions, but you can say a name. No, you can consider it name as a object, and you can modify your object with methods. Modification means you can find anything from your object. You can delete or trim anything, or you can get the length of your object, or maybe you can. In this case, I'm using capitalize function. So what it will do, capitalize function, it will basically make the first letter capital, rest of the letter makes it small, right? So, for example, if a user write his name in small letters or maybe in capital letters, whatever, we don't depend on the user. What will be? Okay, let's take an example. Suppose the user write his name in small letters, right? And uh, uh, suppose the user write it, why it's not printing? Let me guess. Suppose a user write his name in small letters. What it what happened? Take look. I have entered my name in small letters. What it has done? It makes our first letter capital. So we don't, now we are not dependent upon the user, like he is writing the name in smaller or capital letters. So similarly, we will be having some other as well. Uh, okay, name dot, there is other function, name is capital, capitalize, or maybe we have used that, maybe we can use now easy word upper. What it will do, it will make all the names, all the letters in capital block letters. Let's say I make the name same as Hassan, and you can see. upper will what upper will do? It makes a letter capital. So wherever you want, you can use these kind of methods. There is a other function lower as well. From multiple methods are there as well. You can hit and try method. You can learn by yourself. Or maybe if we got time for in detailed video, we will make in that. So till now, uh, that's all for today's video. In this lecture, we had covered how you can take input or some methods related to input, right? So take care. Take care. Inshallah, we'll see you with some other topic in next time. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.